Genesis has officially filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. But what does this mean for the crypto market? Are we heading for another crash? Well, I don't think so, but let me show you why. What's up guys, welcome back to another video, and today I wanted to talk to you about Genesis. They officially filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, but what does this actually mean? First, let's get to understand what is Genesis. Genesis is a crypto lending company which was founded by Barry Silbert in 2015. Now, about a year ago, Genesis lured in millions of customers to their company by basically promising them that if they deposit their cryptocurrencies, they will get skyrocket returns. Now, I believe I heard that somewhere before, and that did not end up well. In addition, Genesis was also lending assets to other companies, and one of them was Three Arrows Capital. They lent them $2.3 billion that they actually never got back because Three Arrows Capital filed for bankruptcy as well. So you see, this seems to be like a domino effect. Now, what does Gemini and Genesis have in common? Well, actually a lot. You see, Gemini, which is actually founded by the Winklevoss brothers, it is a very well-known exchange in the United States. However, they were collaborating together. You see, Gemini was technically getting their own customers' assets, their deposits, and they were lending them to Genesis because Genesis was promising skyrocket returns. However, that did not go as planned at the end of the day, but for some time that was working great. But in November, Genesis halted withdrawals. There was also some heated exchange between Barry Silbert and the Winklevoss brothers because some time ago, when the smoke started to come out, the Winklevoss brothers, they tried to sort things out with Genesis, but it seems to be that they were not replying. And then there was some exchange, heated conversation on Twitter publicly with everyone. And well, here we are. So now the reason why they're also upset, Gemini, is because now their own customers are actually very upset because they want their money back and Genesis is not paying back. So yeah, here we are. Take a look at the latest tweet by Cameron Winklevoss. We have been preparing to take direct legal action against Barry, DCG, and others who share responsibility for the fraud that has caused harm to 340,000 plus earned users and other duped by Genesis and its accomplices. Now, unless Barry and DCG come to their senses and make a fair offer to creditors, we'll be filing a lawsuit against Barry and DCG imminently. Now, clearly, there seems to be some kind of issue between those two because they don't seem to actually be getting things to work. So it looks like they're going to head to court. So now what I wanted to do is forget all this and take you to the charts where I'm going to show you why I believe that this particular news is already priced in. So here we are, we're looking at the BTC charts, and I've taken you back to November 16, and we can see here the blue line which marks November 16. Now the reason I put November 16 because it's actually the day that Genesis actually halted their withdrawals. Now what I also wanted to show you here is that this is a 2-hour candlestick, and since November 22 we saw a drawdown of 8.5% of the Bitcoin price, which is around $1,440. Now, what do I basically think is that this is the effect of the withdrawal, because the rumors started already since November 16 because people were not able to withdraw their money and the news were already out. We can actually see that we have actually not retested this price ever since November 22. Now, if I fast forward, here we are, and I'm going to start with the breakout over here, which was around $19,000. Now, this descending channel is actually behind us for now. And so that confirms the breakout from here. And then we did reach another resistance over here. We did break it. We made that into support. And now we're testing our resistance number 1 here. So we'll have to wait and see if this resistance is going to turn into a support. Now, the other major resistance that I'm actually looking out for is at $25,000, which is the one that we're going to completely go out from this descending channel over here if we break it and also we turn this into support. Now the major resistance that I'm looking out for is my resistance here, number 3, which is around $28,500. Now why this is my major resistance is because you can clearly see that it has been tested many times here during the past summer of 2022, but that's not all. If I take you further back, you're going to see that this has also acted as a very strong support in the summer of 2021 as well. Now, and that's not all. If I even take you further back at the beginning of 2021, we can also see that this particular point acted as a support as well. And that's why I see this as a major resistance that Bitcoin has to break in order for me to completely turn bullish. Now, that's not all. I also did point out here, this blue line here represents February 1st. February 1st is a major date that is coming up in the next few days, and that particular date is the Federal Reserve interest rate decision. And I think that this is going to pave the way if the market is going to continue to go higher or if it's going to reject at some resistance over here and we might see the price crash down lower. Now, essentially, I don't see the price breaking this bottom line or bottom support that I've set out here, which is around $15,500. But again, nothing is set in stone. It can still happen based on, of course, how the Fed is going to react, because the interest rates will also affect the markets in general, stock markets, crypto markets, and everything else, because that's going to give us more of an indication of how the economy is doing. So this is it. This is the technical analysis that I did for you for Bitcoin. If you're interested about any other cryptocurrency technical analysis, guys, let me know down in the comments below. I'd like to know your suggestions, or I would also like to know your opinion. What do you guys think of Bitcoin? Where do you think is headed in the short term? And what do you think is going to be the result of the interest rates? Do you think it's going to take Bitcoin to higher highs, or do you think it's going to drop it back down? So until then, guys, thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, consider subscribing to my channel for more content like this. Smash the like button and leave a comment down below. Feel free to follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you on the next one. CC is out.